Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome. Today, as you can see by the title, we are going to be doing a custom iPhone home screen. This is for the new iOS 14 update. I did a recent iPhone 12 Pro Max unboxing video, and in that video, I mentioned that I was going to be uploading a video on how I created my custom iPhone home screen. So here it is. Finally got my case that I designed on my Etsy store, and here is a quick peek of it. This is on an iPhone 12 Pro Max in the color gold, and this is available on my Etsy store, and the link is in the description. These are a few examples of some custom iPhone home screens that I'm going to be taking inspiration from today. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I posted a poll on my stories to let you guys pick the color palette that I was going to be using for today's video. So I am going to be using this color palette to create my home screen today, but I am going to be walking you through how you can make your own color palette from scratch. You can take a color palette from a photo that you really want to use as your wallpaper, or I'm going to show you how you can just generate a completely random color palette if you don't really know what you like, but you want to see colors together and then decide. This custom home screen I'm going to be teaching you about today can be done on older iPhones as well, as long as you have the iOS 14 update. There's a few different apps and a few different websites that we're going to be going to in order to create a custom home screen. When I say custom home screen, I mean custom icons for your apps and custom widgets for your home screen. It's going to be easier to do the first few steps on a laptop or a computer. However, with that being said, everything that I am going to be showing you in this video can be done on a cell phone. So if you don't have access to a desktop or a laptop, then please don't worry about it. Everything that I'm going to be showing you, again, can be done on a phone. The only thing that is a little bit trickier to do on a cell phone is using Canva. There's a lot more accessibility when it comes to using Canva on a computer versus a phone. However, all the features that I am going to be using in today's tutorial on Canva are all available on the mobile version as well. All right, so with all of that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. I'm going to switch over to a screen recording of my computer, and then we're going to move on to my phone. So this is the last time you're going to be seeing me, but I hope you enjoy this video, and if you guys created a custom home screen using this video, please tag me on Instagram. I would love to see your guys' creations that you came up with. There are endless possibilities when it comes to making custom iPhone screens, and I know you guys are all really creative out there, so please tag me at twoafterido on Instagram and let me know what you thought of this video, whether you thought these tips were helpful or these instructions were easy to follow. I really do appreciate all the feedback because it helps me make more valuable and efficient videos for all of you. All right, let's go ahead and flip to my laptop screen. Okay, so we're gonna get started by going to Google and searching for some iPhone wallpapers. This is basically if you don't know what kind of color theme you want to go with, or if you want to base your color theme off of a wallpaper that you really like, then you can search through Google Images, and as you can see, there's a bunch of different themed pictures. Right here you can see Pinterest iPhone wallpaper. That's a really great one if you want something like aesthetic looking. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through this and see if I can find a good example. I think we'll use this dark blue one. It's got a bunch of different colors like the blues, orange, a little bit of white, and so it's good to make a color palette with at least 4 colors, if not 5. So I'm gonna save this image on my computer. We're just gonna title it something like iPhone wallpaper, and I'm gonna save this, and then I'm gonna show you how you can create a color palette from this photo. So the next step you can use if you already have a photo in mind, say you have a family photo or a photo of a pet and you really want to use the colors from that photo, you can use this next step. We're going to search for COOLORS, so it's like colors but with an extra O, and press this button here called generate. And what this is going to do is it's basically going to generate color palettes for you. So if you can see, there's a little camera icon there. click on that and you're going to be able to upload a photo, which then this website will be able to help you create a color palette from. So I saved that iPhone wallpaper down here. I'm just going to drag it and it's going to open that dark blue and orange photo that we just saved. And then you can take this color dropper and drag it around the photo and start to create your color palette. So my first color is going to be that dark blue background. My second color is going to be the white from the flower. My third, I think I'm going to try to get that darker orange color from the leaf. And then my fourth color, we're going to do a bit of the lighter blue from the leaf. And then my last color, I think I'm going to try and pick up that teal color on that same leaf. So it's kind of in between the two blues that we have right now. So as you can see, those are my 5 colors that I've extracted from this image. And then you want to press next. We're going to export the palette as an image. So I'll title it iPhone wallpaper palette, and then make sure you save it as the hex. There's a few different options, but we're going to use the hex to then create our home screen. So make sure it's on hex and then it's saved down there. So if you just want to create a random color palette and you don't actually have a photo in mind, then this website can do that for you as well. If you can see in the top left corner, it says press the space bar to generate color palettes. So I am just going to hit the space bar a few times, and as you can see, it generates random color palettes. So if you just want your background to be solid, or if you want to look for a photo later, then you can do this. Once you come across something that you like, you can save this color palette to your computer and then keep the hex codes that way. So it would be the same thing. You just press export in the top right corner and make sure you save it as an image. Once you click on image, just title it whatever you would want to title it, like iPhone color palette or iPhone home screen color palette, and then make sure you save it for color space as hex. So if you're using Google Chrome, it will save that document down there, and if you open it, as you can see, it has all 5 colors with the hex codes written at the bottom. And then when it comes to actually making the icons and the widgets, we're going to use something called Canva. So I'm already logged in. I'm familiar with Canva. I use it all the time for my YouTube thumbnails and a lot of my other projects, but you just want to go to canva.com and create an account if you don't already have one. Once you're done creating an account, you're going to see a button in the top right corner that says create design. You want to create a design by using the custom size button, and the size that we're going to create is 3000 pixels by 3000 pixels, and then press create new design. So a new tab is going to open and you're going to see a square, which is essentially sized as 3000 pixels by 3000 pixels. And I want you to press add page at least 3 times so that you have a total of 4 pages or 4 of these squares. We are going to use these to create icons. I promise this is going to make sense in a second. Basically, now I'm going to show you guys how you can import your color palette into Canva to start making your icons. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see a tab called background, and then you're going to see a little paint palette icon, and then a place where you can pick custom colors. This area at the bottom here is where you would type in a hex code. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a different color background for each of these 4 pages. So I'm just going to split this view of my screen so that I can see the hex codes on one half and I can see Canva on the other half. And I'm gonna go ahead and start typing these hex codes into Canva so that we can set up our colors. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this quickly. I've just typed the first one here, and as you can see, the background of this page has turned the exact blue from our color palette. Gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other page, and basically just continue this until each of your squares is the same color as one of the colors in your color palette. I'm just showing you guys this color palette as an example, but I actually have a color palette already chosen out that you guys voted for on my Instagram stories, which I will show you guys in just a second. Okay, so now I am almost done setting all of my background colors, and then basically the next step is going to be creating icons. So I'm all done setting my background colors from our hex codes that we previously generated. The next step is going to be creating the actual icons on each page. So I'm going to press the Elements tab on the left-hand side. And just as an example, I'm going to create an Instagram icon. So just type Instagram in there, and Canva has lots of different Instagram icons already in here. So you can choose whatever one you like, and you're going to want to resize it. In the bottom right-hand corner, while I'm resizing, you can see that it shows the width and height of the icon as you're dragging it in and out. Make sure that the size of your icon is over 700 by 700 pixels. So if it's too small, it's not going to fit when we're going to actually make the icons on the home screen. So just remember this key thing when making your icons. So just continue searching on the left-hand side under Elements for all the different apps that you want to replace your icons for. I suggest sitting down with your phone and looking at what you have on your home screen right now, and then searching each app at a time and finding the logo for it that you like, and then placing it on the square where you want that app to have that background color, if that makes sense. You don't necessarily have to use app logos either. For example, here I searched just a picture of a cute camera, and you can use that as an icon as well. If you want absolutely nothing to do with the app and you want different kinds of flowers or cute puppies, you will be able to title your icons later, so the actual picture of the icon doesn't necessarily have to correlate with the app, if that makes sense. So just continue doing this until you have all your apps on all the different background colors. If you want all of your icons to be the same color, then just have all of these pages as all the same colors instead of the 5 different colors from the color palette, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the color palette that I'm actually going to be using on my home screen. As you can see, there's a little snippet of the poll that I put up on my Instagram stories, and it was a tie between C and D, and I'm going to go ahead and pick C, which was called Timeless Beauty. So these are the background colors that were from that palette, and as you can see, I've already gone in and inserted all of my app icons onto each page, and this should be the step that you guys are at right now. In the top left corner, sort of in really light white writing, you can see all changes saved, so make sure it says that on there before we switch over to our phone. So the next step is going to be grabbing your phone and downloading 3 apps on your phone to complete your home screen. So the first one is Canva. This is basically the mobile version of what we've just been using on the computer. Go ahead and download that and log in using the same login credentials that you did on the computer. The second app you'll need is the app called Shortcuts. This might already be downloaded on your iPhone. It was already on mine when I got it, but if not, just make sure it's this one with this logo of the red and blue square. And then the last app you're going to download is called WIDGETSMITH. So it's all one word, and you're going to see a logo, which is basically a black icon with a blue square in it. So that is the correct app to download. Alright, so now go back to your home screen and open up the Canva app. On the bottom right, you're going to see a little square, so just press that. That basically takes you to your designs. I've got a bunch here, but you guys should probably only have the one that you just made, which is your icons. Just drag down to refresh to make sure that it's the most current version, and then go ahead and open it and just slide through your pages to make sure that all your icons are there. Once you've confirmed that, in the top right corner, you're going to see an up arrow and a down arrow. You're going to want to click on the white down arrow, and this is going to save your Canva creation to your phone. Each page should save as a separate image in your gallery. So as you can see, it says saved to camera roll. I'm going to go ahead and close Canva and open up the Shortcuts app. The first thing you're going to do after you open the Shortcuts app is press the little plus icon in the top right corner, and then press Add Action and Scripting. Then you're going to press Open App, and you're going to press on Choose and I'm going to use Instagram as an example. So press on Instagram and then press the little 3 dots in the top right corner and add to home screen. Now what you're going to do is press the bottom icon and press choose photo. And as you can see, all the pages from Canva are in here. So I'm going to choose the one that has the Instagram icon and go ahead and zoom in on it. Shortcuts has a thing where it only zooms in a certain amount. So if you try to zoom in further, it will default back to this size. So that's where that 700 by 700 pixel thing comes in when we were creating this in Canva. So as you can see, it just bounces back, and that is the most that I can zoom in, which happens to be perfect for this icon. So once you're happy with that, press choose at the bottom and then name your shortcut here. You can name it anything you want. You can just type Instagram like regular, or you can call it Insta or IG. You can use all capitals if you want. Another really cool thing is to have a space between each letter. It's really up to you. It only allows you to do a certain amount. So at the top there, you can see the dots end up coming in because I have too many characters. But I think I'm going to go ahead and just name it Instagram, but with no capitals. All right, once you're happy with everything, go ahead and press add, and you'll see it's been added to your home screen. Press done, and next you will have to name this shortcut for Siri, so just type in Instagram in case you want to use the voice commands, and go ahead and press done, and you'll see now that you have a shortcut in here called Instagram with 1 action. And if you go back to your home screen, you'll see that it's been added. So just next to my HelloFresh icon at the bottom there, you can see my Instagram icon. When I click on it, it uses the shortcut app to open Instagram. That is why we can have these custom icons. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the Shortcuts app and continue to create my shortcuts. I'll just do another one with you guys. So make sure you go into scripting and choose your app. This one I'm going to do is Facebook. So I'm going to press the 3 dots, add to home screen, and press the icon at the bottom and choose photo. Same thing. We're going to open up our image and center it on the Facebook icon. Press choose when you're happy. I'm going to name this Facebook with no capitals. I just want to keep the theme of everything the same. And then press add and done, and make sure that I name my shortcut for Siri to Facebook. And as you can see, I have the Facebook one added now as well. So go ahead and continue to do this to all your apps. You can go ahead and pause the video here if you want to catch up to where I will be next. But basically, I am done adding all of my shortcuts and setting my new icons in. This is what your app should look like when you're done. I'm just going to flip over to my home screen now and show you guys that I have all my new icons added to my home screen, but I still have my old icons in place. So the next step is going to be removing these and setting up the layout of our home screen. The easiest way to remove them is to long press on your wallpaper somewhere and then start pressing the minus sign on your icons, and you'll see remove from home screen. The apps that come with your iPhone, you'll only have the option to remove from home screen, but the ones you download, you'll have 2 options, which is delete app and move to app library. Make sure you press move to app library, otherwise it's going to uninstall the app. So as you can see, I'm just going through and pressing move to app library for the majority of my icons, and I will show you where they end up afterwards, but the point is they are still on your phone, they're just no longer on your home screen. So I'm just going to speed through here and get rid of everything and show you guys what we are left with. So that was the last app that I removed, and now you should just have your custom apps left on your main home screen. The next thing we're going to do is think about how we want our home screen layout to look. So I like to use Pinterest. I went on Pinterest earlier and sort of looked at what I liked, but all you have to do is go into Pinterest and type in iPhone home screen layout or iOS 14 home screen layout, and you'll see lots of different options. WIDGETSMITH is the app that we're going to use to create our widgets, and most layouts you see on Pinterest are used creating that app. Scroll through, see what you want. This is what I've chosen for my layout. basically just a rectangular date widget at the top and then a smaller quote widget in the corner. So I'm going to show you guys how I do this on my home screen, but you can apply these instructions to whatever layout you choose. So let's go ahead and open up WIDGETSMITH, and as you can see, they have 3 different sizes of widgets, so small, medium, and large. The first one that I'm going to create is the date one at the top, which is the medium rectangular one. I'm just going to delete this medium number 2 to make things less confusing, but basically what you want to do is press add medium widget and then touch the actual widget that you want to edit, so the black icon, and then press it again and it will show you all the different options for how you can configure this widget. So you've got the date and time, you can do a custom photo or a calendar. The list honestly goes on and on. There's some pro features if you guys want to pay for the app, but basically I think I'm going to stick to my date and time configuration for this. So let's go back up to the top, and I think I want the day of the week with the date really tiny underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and at the bottom you can see aesthetic / theme. So I just clicked on that, and these are some preset themes that WIDGETSMITH has. But if you go all the way to the bottom, you'll see custom. So press that and you'll be able to customize the background color, the border color, the text, and everything in between. So if you want to choose background color, go all the way down to the bottom where it says custom, and they've actually added a feature where you can type in a hex code. So you can go ahead and open your color palette up again and type your hex code in for whatever color you want your widget to be, and it will create that as your background color. This is a new feature on WIDGETSMITH. Honestly, last week when I was going to film this video, this feature wasn't even released, so I'm so happy that I waited a few days to film this. But yeah, as you can see, I just typed in one of my hex codes, and that is what I'm going to use as the background for my widget. When you press the little plus icon under the rainbow, it will add this as a color, and I think it saves it if you want to use this for any other widgets. Next, you can choose the font and the color of your text. Once you're happy with all that, press save and then press the back button, and it will take you to a place where you can name your widget at the top. So I'm just going to name this top widget first page because I want to have this at the top on my first page. And there you have it. That is one widget complete. The second widget I'm going to make is the little quote widget. So I'm going to go to the small and create a small one, and go down to custom and press on photo. The photo I'm going to use is actually something I made in Canva, so you can just use the same hex code to create a background color with the 3000 by 3000 pixel page and type whatever quote you want in there. And that should fit perfectly as a small widget with no cropping needed. So I'm just going to go ahead and save this, and I'm now going to show you how to add both of these to your home screen. So long press on your wallpaper until all of your apps start wiggling again, and then you're going to press the plus icon in the top left corner, and you're going to go down to WIDGETSMITH. So your apps that you have should be all the way at the bottom, and when you press WIDGETSMITH, you're going to get to choose between a small, medium, or large icon. So the first one I want to add is obviously the medium icon that we made. So I'm going to go ahead and press add widget at the bottom, and it's just going to by default add a widget in there. So that's fine. If you've made multiple widgets and that's not the right one, just tap on the widget and press edit widget and tap on the name of that widget, and you'll see that other options will come up. And I actually wanted to switch this over to a pink one that I made, so I'm going to tap on medium 1 instead, and you'll see that it changes it to a pink instead of green widget. Okay, I'm just going to quickly add the second widget. So as you can see, there's also a little shortcut. So I just pressed on small and added my small quote widget the exact same way. And basically the last thing that's left now is to organize everything in the way you want it. So I'm going to start dragging my apps to the first page. I'm going to put the apps that I use the most on a daily basis on the first page, and then I think I'll leave the ones that I don't use every day on the second page. I'm going to speed this up for you guys because honestly I went back and forth a little bit and it did take me a while, but I'll speed this up and then show you guys the final result in a second. So while I'm just finishing this up, I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching. I know this was a longer video and a little bit more technical, but I really hope that this helped you guys and you guys learned something from this. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you guys like the finished result, and tag me on Instagram if you guys used this video to create your home screen, because I would love to see what you guys came up with. Alright, so with all that being said, here you guys go. This is my final home screen.